All right, let's go ahead and get things rolling. Welcome to everyone. It's really great to have y'all. If once you sign in, you will have an opportunity to get the recorded session sent to you. If you need to leave early and you miss something, I will send it over to you. All I ask is that you please try to schedule a follow-up so we can kind of get some grant writing going for you, actually. But let's go ahead and talk about what we're doing here, what's going to happen, and make sure that everybody knows what's going on. So my name is Coach Ty. I am a business development coach from Brooklyn, New York, but I live in Orlando, Florida. I own several amazing businesses in Brooklyn and a few here in Florida. Not that many. Florida was meant to get away. So I didn't get down here and do the same thing I did in New York. I kind of took it a little bit slower. But my company, 4 March Coaching, is like really relating to people who are in a position that I used to be in, and having conversation with you guys on how to move the process forward and understanding the stuff a little bit more. I wish I started it because I wish I had access to it back then. And some of it is a lot of things that we already kind of know. It just needs that little push to get it done. So I like to start out by asking who's here so I can know who I'm speaking to and make sure I cover the things that you need. So Emily, when you first saw the title, what do you have in mind? What kind of organization do you have? Actually, I'm sorry, Keith, next slide. Because I realized, okay, so here's what we're looking for. Your name, your organization. Tell me if it's starting up now, if it's small, if it's medium, large, whatever you define it as. Are you already registered as a business? Do you have not-for-profit status? Do you have LLC? Just kind of answer those things really quickly as I call your name so I can know who I'm speaking with. Let's start with Miss Emily from Iceland.
Hi.
Hey, Miss Emily, go ahead.
I'm running a non-profit NGO in Iceland, which is aimed to help neurodivergent people to find a job and be active part of social life here in Iceland and at all in Nordic countries. So this is my activity now.
Very good.
It is pretty new non-profit, but it is very well accepted from the community here.
Very good. So you already have the registration for the not-for-profit status for your business?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And here the rules in Iceland are pretty the same like in States. So there is not so much difference.
Very good. And you help with Iceland and you said Norwegian also?
Nordic countries. Denmark.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. And it's geared towards adults and careers and jobs.
Yes, exactly. I'm concentrated in adults, not in kids.
No problem. Very good. LaShonda, tell me about yours, please.
Hi, Ty. My name is LaShonda. I currently have a nonprofit organization that's based out of East Hartford, Connecticut. I've had an organization for about 5 years now. It's very small. And I'm trying to grow it. And the reason why I signed up for your training is because I watched you with Brooklyn United, and we went from when I first met you about maybe 9 years ago and till now. So I was like, yeah, definitely let me sign on, because one of the things is I struggle with, I do a lot of stuff on my own. Yeah. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I get to the next step?
Very good. Very good. And you already have your not-for-profit status, right?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Thank you. And yep, it's been exactly 9 years. So thank you. Okay, great. Let's go with Michael. Okay. He's writing. I got you, Michael. I'm seeing it. Okay, no problem. So Mike, you work for a company, approximately 10 employees, including the executive director. You guys do environmental work, and are you guys a not-for-profit or LLC? Can you answer that in the chat? Oh, okay, you're here.
Yep.
Go
I'm profit. Yeah, I got you.
You can answer live. It's okay.
Yeah, I was in the chat, so I couldn't get my mute off.
Got you.
Actually, be the only one that's assigned to environmental work, although our executive director and our operations director all kind of do the same thing, because environmental is like really big around here. We live on the river, so we have like a lot of polluting factions just all over the place. So we have like clean or dirty water, dirty air. I mean, it's bad. So my campaign right now is actually a clean air campaign.
Okay.
Just trying to help our org out so we can get extra funding.
Got it. And you guys are labeled as an LLC or a 501c3?
501c3.
All right, excellent. And how many years now do you think?
The original harm reduction started in 2012, and it just became established in 2019.
Got it. And lastly, out of the 10 people, do you have a grant writer on the team?
We do.
And you're still having some not
No.
much success that you're looking for.
Good. This is just a skill that I want to pick up for myself.
Got it. Absolutely. Okay, moving
I'm
on.
not even scheduled to do this. I'm just doing this myself.
Makes sense. I got you, man. No worries. Okay. Patrice from Brooklyn, tell me more about your organization, please.
All right. So there's actually two organizations that I'm a part of. One, I'm a co-advisor of Step is in Command. It's a STEP team based out of Brooklyn as well. You've been in communication with us a few years back.
Right.
And we're a small LLC at this point, and I'm looking to grow, to find information in order to grow the program.
Okay.
For the second organization, it's a new mentorship program where I'm the founder of it for young Black girls. Super small. It's not registered as yet. I'm not sure which direction I want to go into, whether nonprofit, LLC, so on and so forth.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for that introduction. Really appreciate knowing who I'm speaking to. It warms my heart to hear people that we've been in connection with for years, things of that nature. I'm really looking forward to making sure that this webinar is beneficial to everybody here. There's nobody here where the information won't help you somehow. So congratulations to you for taking this step. I personally believe that we don't take enough time to learn, to listen, to work together. So you being here is definitely a part of that mission this year to really just help people grow. Next slide, Keith, please. Very good. All right, really quickly, I already shared my name, Coach Ty. I realized that I was coaching before I started coaching as a business. And as you see and hear more and more, the ability to share with people has to do with success-based. You know how you have that friend, you can't go to your unmarried friend about your marital problems, you know? It's just certain people that can't relate, they can't relate. And I feel so good about the direction God has kept me in because my ability to relate in so many areas. If you're from a not-for-profit world with youth, I have a youth center. If you're from the business world, I have a restaurant. If you're from the business world, I have an event space. So I've been in so many fields and had success in many of them that I feel really touched to be able to help people because I know exactly where they are and what they can do to move forward and to grow. So that's my quick intro. Next page, please. Moving on. More about Ty. All right, so let's start a little quick icebreaker and think about your organization, or in some cases, sorry, Wanda, I didn't mean to skip you, but you and I definitely know each other well. We're already
Right, that's okay.
Got you. Thank you, Wanda. What would you do with 100,000? So think about this. You're here for some reason. You want to learn about how to bring money to your organization, to your mission. And I want to get an idea from you where your headspace is. So let's assume we're going after $100,000. This is a real question. So I'm going to come to you and ask you at least to give me 1 or 2 items. Where are you going to spend $100,000? What in your organization do you need funds for? Knowing the why and knowing why you're even writing these grants or going after these funding is huge importance. So some of you that are introverts, a little shy, we're family now. Love you. Hey, coming over for Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Let's get this done. There's no wrong answer. So go ahead and take a second. If you had to divide the $100,000 up into 3 categories, 4, 5 categories, what would those categories look like? I'm gonna come to you first, Ms. Wanda. I know you have experience in this already conversation. What would you do first? What would you spend the money on? Would you split it up evenly, 20,000 a piece, 35, 20? What do you think you need to grow your business or to set yourself up for future success? Again, it's 6 of us. We're not gonna be long-winded. Just name it quickly, approximately how much money. Let's move on. Ms. Wanda, what are you thinking?
I think I would do transportation. Um, um, oh, what do you call it? You know, the equipment, all the, I can't think of the terminology, the equipment and the things that that keeps us operating.
Very good. Very good.
And let me see. The other would be, I don't know. Right now, it would just be transportation and the things that we need to keep operating on a daily basis.
Very good. Miss Emily, what would you do with $100,000 in Iceland?
I was thinking first I would like to invest in my team, maybe to send them in some education, in some courses that they can gain more knowledge about the problem of autistic and ADHD people. So for me, this is the base of our good work of our organization. Then the rest I will put in some programs like building some courses and education for these neurodivergent people about being more social, like how to explain?
Self-sufficient.
Yeah, it could be like I was thinking about courses to for
Life skills.
for job readiness.
Job readiness. Yep.
Exactly, for job readiness, for business readiness, to explain them how they can start business, how they can work for themselves, like freelancers, like to open company and all kinds of things.
Very good. Very good. Good answer. Okay, Miss LaShawna, what we doing with 100,000 in East Hartford?
For 100,000, I'm trying to secure actually a location as well as transportation, because I feel like once I secure a location, then I'm able to stream in more revenue that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So more so location and transportation.
Okay, very good. Mike, you have an answer? You want to pass? Coming to Miss Patrice next.
I got an answer, actually. I was typing it.
Very good.
I'm losing my voice right now. We would get a bigger canvas team probably. And we would probably hold some extra community events. We kind of live in a impoverished area. So like any kind of community event brings a lot of people out.
Yeah.
And what was the third thing I don't even.
Promotion tools.
Oh yeah, like
to help with marketing.
Yep, marketing tools.
Okay, very good. All right, Miss Patrice, last but not least.
All right, so definitely securing location, being able to pay for more staff, events, travel, transportation, uniforms, and other operational costs.
Very good. Okay, guys, great job. Isn't that fun? Playing make-believe? Playing make-believe is always fun. Trust me, I remember those days. If I win the lottery, I'm gonna do this. That's fun. Okay, good. So next slide, Keith. So the question is, did you have some of these things on your list? Did you have insurance on your list? Did you have facilities? What about a staff and a team, payroll? I love the answer about staff development. That was an amazing answer. It's something that I'm focused on right now too. Equipment, supplies, uniform, travel, grant writing and fundraising service, a media team. Out of my entire list, if you had to pick the number 1 and number 2 thing, what would it be off of my list? The number 1, number 2 thing. Anybody?
Insurance, definitely number 1.
There you go. What else?
You don't already have it. Insurance, probably.
Insurance is definitely important. It's one of the areas a lot of people forget about. And what would be
grant writing?
And the grant writing. So I like insurance on this list, grant writing, and media team as my number 1, 2, and 3 investments. Anybody want to explain why I have media team so high up on my priority?
Because that's where we are in the world today. Social media, all of that. Yeah.
Let me tell y'all, so much of the work that we do come from our heart. I know it like the back of my head. Whatever you see in my success today, it's been like that since day one. This is year 38 for me. And today I regret not having video from day one. Could you, honestly, like not bragging about myself, but could you imagine if I had that video from day one to now?
Yes.
It would be priceless. Anybody that's been doing this work for a long time, STEP team, environmental, whatever you've been doing, imagine where you are today if from day one you had photos and videos. Wouldn't you be amazing? Like, honestly, aren't you a dope person already? Can you imagine if you had a recording? Like right now in the States, we're all watching this Kanye West
Yeah,
documentary.
yes.
And my heart, I'm watching it over and over again, just at the foresight of the videographer to stick it out when they were broke and to follow him around every day. And
Yeah.
this man is a billionaire now. I can only imagine the friendship between him and that videographer. And I say to myself, man, I'm not trying to brag, but the truth is, if I had a video of everything I've ever done, instead of just a memory, oh my God, that would be on Netflix today. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we are in a media world, almost to the point where if you didn't record it, it didn't happen. And of course, some of us are like, you know, if I give money to a homeless person, I don't want to post it on Facebook. Of course, I get that. But you have to get past some of those initial thoughts and plan out what do you want to document? Because the fundraising, the grant writing, these guys are not just randomly picking people. They're picking people who can show evidence of the work that they've done.
Yep.
And as much as we may not be, we're doers before we think about the reward part. We have to get over our fears about money and not-for-profits, or money and community work, or money and social justice work, or social work.
You gotta step outside on every situation.
Every situation. Let me ask you guys, what do you think some of these top not-for-profit companies, CEOs make in incomes? Name a number that you heard before, that you can imagine that some of the top not-for-profits are earning from the CEO. What do you think?
Well, over 100,000.
Okay, good. Anybody else?
I would say some of them probably reach millions.
Some of them probably reach millions. I want us to move from the concept that not-for-profit means do it for free. Some of the top not-for-profits in this world make $500,000 to $1 million for the CEO.
Yes.
The
Yep.
vice president right under that. It does not mean you can't pay yourself. And many of us have done the work without the quality pay. Some of us small pay, some of us work for a particular cause or company and collect the salary because of it. But I want you to move from that concept immediately, that you can build a business. It is a business first. What is your business status? Was the first conversation we had. Business status. You don't only go into business to serve your mission. You go into business so you can provide for your mission. And trust me, your dreams cost money. The things you want for your community, the changes you want for your environment, the changes you want for Iceland and people that have job opportunities, those changes have to be financed. So let's definitely clear our mindset from the point that that is from the heart only, and you gotta scrape everything out your pocket. Next slide, please. Okay, so when you think about grants and funding, I want you to consider the various areas in which you can go after funding from. I'm going to spend a small amount of time breaking down what it looks like. You have local, state, and federal funding. You kind of know that already. Your local political people, your local organizations that give to service the community in which you're in. Connecticut has it because I already have clients in Connecticut. Kansas City has it. Iceland has it. Brooklyn, you know I know about that. We all have community local monies that are allocated to help you with your cause. Obviously, because of that same reason, the state then has it and then the federal has it. So that's 3 different areas. Imagine if you properly applied to 5 different organizations within those 3 areas. That's 15 applications there alone. Only 5 and those 3, that's 15 there alone. Imagine if you got approved for out of 15, the rate is normally around 3 to 4. 3 to 4 out of 15. It's 2 to 3 out of 10. That's really the rate of success on the proper grant writing. Foundations. Foundations are all over the place. Big foundations, but how to get to them is really strategic. Foundations, you can't just automatically, 90% of foundations, you can't automatically go and apply. It's unsolicited. They have to come to you. So the question is, how do you get in front of foundations where you get that phone call? My heart was warm when I got a phone call. How you doing? We just had a board meeting and your name came up as an organization that fits our mission for funding. Can you please send me 2 years, 990s and a budget request for $100,000? I've gotten that phone call because they just completed a board meeting and they named people in the community doing good things of which fit their mission and who they might fund. Guess what? I did not get the funding. Why not? I didn't have the proper paperwork. If your head just dropped, mine did too. Oh my gosh. But guess what? After the first phone call where I didn't have my paperwork together, as most of us sometimes don't really focus on that, guess what? It happened again from a different foundation. I'll say it again. It happened again from a different foundation. I held my head low and felt bad about myself. And guess what I did? Nothing. Got a call again randomly from a different foundation, another $100,000. And I did nothing. I had to, after that second phone call, I pulled together my entire staff and I said to them, this organization won't rise beyond my own capabilities. I am super strong at loving the kids, programming, making sure we look great, finding my own money to pay for stuff. I'm super strong at that. I am horrible at the paperwork. I had to call out to my team. Somebody has to take this role and change this narrative, because if we get another phone call where because of my inabilities, this organization don't get what they deserve, I might quit. Can I get a thumbs up from that? You understand where I'm at right now? You understand how honest you got to be about your own capabilities, your love for the work you do, and how you'll do it no matter what. But it's like a glass ceiling. The organization can't rise beyond your own knowledge base or what you're willing to learn or willing to do. So because I fell short in paperwork, because I fell short in insurance, because I fell short in taxes, the organization is doing amazing things and they can't get what they need to move to the next level. I hope you can hear my voice, how upset I was at that old time. I was so upset, almost to the point of like, listen, we need to find another CEO. We need to find another CEO. I'm not good at this. I'm really holding the organization back. We deserve so much more. People who do less get more. Hello. People who do less than us get we got. You don't have no kids. You don't barely have a program, but you got all the grants in the world. And here I am raising the whole community and their mamas and their daddies, paying people rents and everything. And I'm not getting the grants. So yeah, I was a little upset. Sorry. Bring my I had to change that narrative. And today, thank God, if a foundation called us today, we're gonna get what we deserve. We're gonna get what we need. And it took me to step out of my comfort zone. It took me to really work towards getting the help that I need. Okay, corporate giving. Corporate giving is actually corporate/sponsorship. It's actually one of the easiest ways to get money. Okay, it's actually one of the easiest ways because corporations are easier target. And let me ask you, when you think about corporate giving or corporate sponsorship, what office within that company do you think you're going to reach out to? Anybody? Ms. Wanda, you cannot answer. Ms. Wanda's a vet. We've been working together a while now. She might have heard the answer already. What department are you going to reach out to if you're looking for corporate sponsorship, corporate giving? Anybody, please. What do you think?
Like a corporation that's like actively like selling things right now?
Yeah, let's say
like a fast food place, maybe like KFC.
Yep. Let's say KFC, let's say McDonald's, let's say Pepsi. Anything that you might think of in a corporate level that's operating in your community. What department do you think you're gonna reach out to get these funds?
Human resources.
Okay, good.
No,
good
that
guess.
would be internal.
No, it's okay. Good guess. Anybody else?
Most organizations have a department that handles like their grants and fundings and things like that. So I would more so look on their website with like their community relations or something like that in order to see exactly what do they do for the community, because that's where you grant information or donation information.
Very good. That's a good one also. That's 2 answers. Can we get one more answer, please?
A district manager.
Okay, district manager. Okay, anybody else want to give it a try before I go? Very good. Okay, so human resources I actually have done when I couldn't find the other ones. I'm gonna tell you what the other ones are. But I have done human resources after trying these other ones. The question is a little twisted because I wanted you to understand why they give. They don't give because of human resources. They don't give because of corporate responsibility. That's what she shared. Corporate responsibility, corporate give back. Like she actually said, some companies clearly have that on their website. Approximately 20% actually have that on their website. But let me give you the number one department that makes decisions about corporate sponsorship and corporate giving. Drum roll. Here we go. The marketing department.
Ah,
The marketing department is the number one department that makes a decision on corporate giving and corporate sponsorship. Now that you
so they're
heard
gonna
that,
brag about that on their ad.
there you go. Now that you heard that answer, you go ahead and tell me why. Why is it? Why are they the number one department handling this fund?
Yeah, they're gonna brag about it on their ad. They're gonna put together better ad campaigns to sell their stuff.
Right? Anybody else? Brand alignment. They don't want to give money just to give money. That's how you decide who to choose from. If you have 5 applications on the table, how do you choose who to give? Whoever's going to bring your company the most exposure and connection, brand alignment. Ty, how do you get sponsorships? Ty, why are people always sponsoring you?
Because giving money is kind of advertising for this corporation.
Exactly. When you
Because
give-
they will, because with this money they will show to the community that they are social engaged
yeah.
corporation.
Good answer. That is exactly the answer. That they need to show that they're responsive to the needs of the community in exchange for the products and services that they give in or offer and sell. They have to make sense of why use us, and that they're responsive. They purposely choose who to sponsor and to give based off of proper brand alignment. So I'm not saying that some of them will automatically have a link on their site with deadlines. Some of them have a really strong community relations / corporate responsibility department. But the majority of those requests are handled through the marketing department. So those answers are all great answers. If they have it already, corporate giving, community responsibility, community relations, great. If they don't, marketing department is your next hit. The next area of funding is individual funding. Now, I personally love this area because even though it doesn't have a quick, large amount, those of us who are in this for the long haul and don't mind longevity, we end up winning at the end. President Barack Obama broke a record his first time running. Not a record for the president who raised the most money. He broke a record for the number of individuals participating for the first time in a campaign. Why do I love that? Why is that influential to me? Why is that motivation to me? Because I'll take 1,000 people, 100 kids, 100 parents, giving me 10 kids, 10 names each is 1,000. Asking those 1,000 people to give me $10 to take a group of young people across seas to South Africa, like I've done before, take them to Norway, take them down the East Coast to a competition. 1,000 people give me $10. Likely or not likely that I'm gonna get it? Which one? Likely or not likely? Anybody?
Likely.
Likely, because it's $10.
Yes.
Now, if I go on this trip and I thank these people throughout the entire trip, I give them video testimony from the kids. Hey, we're at the airport. Thank you so much to all of our donors. We appreciate you. Did that 10,000 cover the entire trip? Somebody say no.
No.
But do we make those funders feel like without you, it would never have happened? Yes or no?
That's right.
We make those funders feel like without you, it would never have happened throughout the entire trip. If I do that properly and 3 months pass by and I need $10 again, is it likely or not likely? It's likely. It's likely. So your individual donor campaign has to be a target, has to be a focus. You have to be specific about what you're asking for the money for. You have to actually deliver to the community what you got the money for, and you have to constantly keep your donors informed. via newsletter, via videos, via anything, special t-shirt, whatever you can do to keep them engaged and informed so you can ask again. After the first 1,000 people ask, and I'm ready to get ready for the second campaign, I asked for two things, $10 and 5 more names. 1,000 people giving me 5 names, bring that number up to additional 5,000. I now have a database of 6,000 names. I'm asking each of the people for $10. And as I grow, as the years grow, and I continue that campaign, I do newsletters, I do video thank yous. How big can that list grow over a 1-year period? 10,000 easily? Easily. And then now it's a numbers game, hit or miss. Some people send more than 10, some people send less than 10. But every time I need something, I know where to go because I've been, watch this word, I've been cultivating and nurturing those relationships. So now, when you look at everything I just said, that is called your development department. Please give me a thumbs up or if you've heard of that before. The development department.
I'm not familiar.
You're not familiar, no problem. That's what it's called. This is called your development department. This is where organizations who don't do much get a lot of money because they have a strong development department. Sometimes it starts out as one individual, but remember, one individual going after money can easily create a budget to go after more money. Make sense? Money makes money. I heard that before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
one individual with a clear focus to just focus on this for you can then become a department because once they got the first, if you got a grant for 100,000, reinvest 20,000 into your grant department. Get another 100,000, reinvest another 20,000 in your grant department and grow your grant department. It's like hiring a lawyer. You go to a law firm and you want to put them on a retainer. How much do you think it costs to have a grant firm working for you monthly? Throw out a number. What do you think it costs to have a grant firm working for you monthly?
I bet it's a lot.
Never heard of it. Definitely development department. That's what it's called. Development department is the direct fundraising terminology in the nonprofit world that deals with a department strictly that does grants and cultivating relationships. That's all they do. There's software for it. There's all types of things for that. How do you get your name in front of foundations? Which social media platform do you think is the best way to get your brand in front of foundations? Anybody want to guess?
I'm taking a guess here, but Facebook? I'm not sure.
Facebook? Good. Keep going. Anybody else? What is the #1 platform to be able to get your brand in front of foundations?
I'm gonna say Twitter.
Twitter, okay?
I'm
Anybody
gonna say
else?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is the correct answer. LinkedIn is where you find top professionals who clearly state and brag where they're members of boards. Foundations are based off of their board members. You need to, if you have a foundation that you want to target, you target the board members. Targeting don't mean take your shot. Targeting don't mean, hey, I see your board member. Can you fund my organization? No, targeting means exactly that. How do you soft network? How do you just simply introduce and get in front of? How do you use your media campaign to make sure those people see your work, the work that you're doing? And with the hopes it's going to translate to some type of networking later on. LinkedIn is the #1 way of reaching foundations and sometimes even vice presidents of corporations. And how to get in front of them is a whole strategy within itself. I jumped off gear. Back to the other question. What do you think it costs monthly to have a grant firm working for you? Anybody, take a guess.
10,000.
10,000 a month. Good job. Anybody else? If you want to compare a thought, think about a legal firm. A legal firm who's on retainer.
That's what I was thinking.
Who's on retainer.
Well, I would say 1,000. And that's just in reference because again, most of your grant situations or entities are coming from a nonprofit status, so they really should not be looking to make an extreme profit. I would say 5,000. Anywhere from 2,500 to 5,000.
Very good. Sam, what city and state are you from, Sam?
Detroit, Michigan. This Sam Webster, bro.
Oh, what's up, man? Okay, I got you. Okay.
I'm sorry I'm late. You had to take care of mom, get your things together.
You got it, no problem. Okay, so I heard some different numbers. We're gonna come back to that question. The numbers are in the ballpark that I originally heard. Yes.
I have a quick question. Are there organizations that actually do that for free for nonprofit organizations?
There's no pro bono organization that I'm aware of. It's not like good question too. Really good question. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Let me restructure that question. Answer. There are companies who receive grants to help you for less than the regular price. One of them is called Not-for-Profit Help Desk. That's one of them. They might not write the actual grant for you though. At some point, you're gonna have to do the work either on your own or hire somebody. But there are some amazing free resources about how to get to that very step. I don't want to overpromise their mission, but yes, there are a few, and I can help offline direct you to a few that I've used before. But I have received a grant for capacity development. So that grant was written by that company to service me. So it didn't cost me anything, but they went and got the money for it. That makes sense to you now?
Oh, yeah.
That exists. That exists. And that works really well. Capacity building grants. Sometime me and the other company will go after it together. New York Trust Foundation is one of them. There's a few names like that, where the actual grant is about your infrastructure, your growth, your 5-year plan, your strategic planning, and how to properly build longevity in your organization. Most of the conversations I'm having here, you're probably a couple of years from that, but yes, it does exist. And yes, I've had experience with that. Very good question. Thank you for that. All right, next slide, Keith. Okay, let's skip this slide. Matter of fact, Kyle, let's remember to edit this slide out. We don't need it anymore. But anyway, in addition to your business structure, we also have to find out, do you have 990s for the past 2 years? This webinar is grant readiness and grants. We have to be in a position to admit most of us are not ready. We don't have the things that needed to properly apply for some of the grants we'll have. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but I'm sharing with you some of the steps. Charity Bureau and 990s, which is your tax forms, is important. And most grants, not all, most want you to have 2 years of proper operation before they fund you. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Next slide, please. Very good. All right. So I was really impressed at some of the terminologies Emily used when she was talking about her business. This slide is about people who need to expand what they do. You are not a step coach. You are not a dance teacher. You are not a environmental protectionist. You have to expand into all of the areas you're gonna touch. The more buzzwords you learn, keywords, the better it is for you to attract the money. Any of you that's in youth development, this slide is really for you. When those kids get in trouble, those parents come to you. Somebody say amen.
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 Academically, when they're not doing well, parents come to you. The teachers come to you. I'm from a marching band world, right? Yeah. I hate it when a teacher want to hold over a kid's head. I'll tell the band director. I don't like that, because that same kid that you have problems with in your class, I have zero problems with. I understand what you're trying to do, but using that as a consistent threat, I'm not suspending him or pulling him out, but I will show up to the school and I will pull him out and talk to him, and I'll teach him, yo, bro, they know you now, man. They're gonna play this game with you all the time. They're gonna call you on me. You're not in trouble, but recognize the game. Recognize the game and stop acting up, because they're gonna call me. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna pull up in there. I'm gonna come and pull you out. I'm gonna have to discipline you at some point. But now that you know that they know me, now they know that they know you, recognize the game and cut it out. That's all I have to do most of the time. Normally, that's it. But academic support, mentorship, leadership development, cultural development, college readiness, career inspiration, community service, performance, character development. You have to be able to identify every aspect of what you touch. Because just like scholarships to college, there's money for each of those areas. If I was looking for scholarship money and my son is a lefty, you know how that go. If my son had a weak eye, lean to the right, there's money for that. There's money for that. That's the answer to everything. So you have to expand what you do. Don't use no one word looking for grants. Don't say, job readiness in Ireland. That's not all you do. Job readiness is gonna bring you up 5 grants, but so is training and workforce development. So there are other words that you have to tap into to make sure you expand what you do. In my company, we call them pillars. We want to make sure we properly describe all we do. You're a mentor, you're a this, you're a that. We need to name all those things and make sure you cover finances for each of those areas. Very good. Moving on. I hope you like that one.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about sponsorship real quick. And I don't want to spend a lot of time because a lot of you guys don't really fit into this, but I want to show you. The question that I asked earlier had to do with if there was 5 different proposals on your desk. You're the vice president of marketing, you're the vice president of corporate giving, and you had 5 on your desk. What's the number 1, 2, or 3 things that you're looking for to decide who deserves your money? Anybody can answer that. What do you think? You're in the position now. You're a decision maker. You're a vice president of this department. How do you decide who to give money to? The floor is open.
That's a good question, bro.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing.
And that's amazing. You know why it's amazing? Because in order to be effective at grant writing and going after funds, you got to position yourself in their position. Think about college. They told us, yeah, you're one application of 2 million. How they decide who to use. So think about that same question. If you were to apply to a corporation, we're going to begin with the end in mind. We want funding. That's the end. So now it's like, how do I stand out? What do I think they're looking for? There are people who have no good quality programs, but will get the funding because they know the answer to this question right here. I'll say it again. There are people with no good intentions, no real programming, no success rate, but they know the answer to this question, so they get the funding. Take a guess. Anybody, take a guess.
What's the question again? I'm sorry.
No problem. The question is, what do you think they're looking for when they decide which proposals to fund, which ones not to fund?
Data.
Data, good answer. That's not the only answer, but it's definitely a good answer. Data, what else?
I would say preparedness.
Is the, go ahead, yep.
I would say in reference to are we looking for, per se, like you got it up here, the battle in the Big Apple? Are we looking for a specific event, or are we talking about in general to the overall program?
The question is general because the answer is the same either way. Whether it's an event sponsorship or program sponsorship, the answer to what they're looking for is the same. Data is a really good answer. Are you prepared for sponsorship is a really good answer. I'm just trying to pull out 1 or 2 more. I don't want to be the only person giving out all the details. You guys know some of this stuff. I don't mind you answering. Anybody else want to give it a shot? I'm ready to go. I'll go for it.
Well,
all right.
Well, okay. Answer. Well, I was going to say the who, what, when, where, and why of the situations.
Definitely the basics. All right. So here we go. I'm going to give you some secret ingredients without charging.
The layout of the grant?
The layout of the proposal, definitely that. I'm gonna give you guys a bird's eye view right now into a successful sponsorship request that I use. I'm gonna point out to you what makes it successful. Here we go. All right, I'll go with this. So right away, the first thing in your cover page and your designing, graphics and branding is a winner. Having clean, clear graphics because they are not gonna read every word. Clap your hands for that. They are not gonna read every word. So combination of words and graphics is important. Just like this session wouldn't be energetic and exciting if I didn't have a slideshow to go along with it. It helps. Y'all know visual aids help. So right away, this sponsorship package, right away, you get strong graphics. You see New York City, keep going, scroll down. You see the logo of the event, scroll down. You see the date of the event. Next page right away, you see the continuation of good branding. And now you have your strong, slow down, please. Go back up, please. You have your strong, compelling wording, not too long, not too short, just the right information. I doubt if they even read this first. I doubt it. They probably scan it and keep moving. Next page. Strong branding continues. Watch that right there. Right after, go up. One more, stop right there. Right after the wording, what did I hit them with next? What do you see? What do you see right here? Don't forget.
Images.
Actual pictures.
You're the vice
Images.
president. Good. You're the vice president of this potential funding. What do
I
you
see
What do
people.
you see? You see people,
Potential customers.
Yes.
potential customers, target market. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is that a bunch of teens in that top picture? A bunch
Yep.
of high school? No. Is that a bunch of
Oh.
little kids? No.
Oh, no. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
families. Families mean money. Yes.
Yes.
It means spenders. What are they holding in their hand?
Number.
Signs, marketing.
Scorecards.
Marketing. The audience is engaged. But guess what? The score. Number 10 says Monroe College. Number 9 says Brooklyn Nets. What does that mean?
Okay. You're advertising.
Those are sponsors. That's my
Okay.
deliverable. That's what I'm giving to them. I'm giving them deliverables. Scroll down. What do you see in the second picture?
Events.
The
You see
math.
it?
Event.
Is it small? Is it a small event?
Well, no.
No, no, it's not small. That little dark area up top, that's people sitting up there. It's packed. It's packed.
Yeah.
Is it a good give back to the community?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you see young people fighting and stealing and robbing? No. They're obviously engaged in a positive activity. Do you see a little bit of kids? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I see a lot.
Lots of kids.
I see 2 full marching bands plus some kids on the stage right there. So again, strong pictures that tell a story. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Your photos and video of your past history is really important to the success of your grant and proposal writing. I hope we caught that point. Scroll down, please, sir. Continuation of branding, and then you hit them with the what? Benefits to sponsor. What am I getting out of this? That's your vice president question. What am I gonna get out of this? What are we gonna get out of this? How does this benefit us? You have to explain that in your sponsorship. Don't wait till they call you to ask you, because you'll be waiting forever. Not gonna call you. If you put in a proposal and forget to add this part, you're getting passed over. Next. Scroll down, please. I give them some event details. I break down the events for them. It's various events. Scroll down. When I do various events, I'm trying to give them more than what they asked for. You only asked for 1, I'm gonna give you 3. I'm gonna make sure 3 groups of people see your event. So you always want to give more value than the amount of money you're asking for. That's a life lesson, by the way, guys. I don't mean to segue,
Right.
but you bring more value to anything God places you in. He put you
Yeah.
there for a reason. You don't say, well, you only pay me for this, or you ain't pay me to do both. That's not the right attitude. God gives you an opportunity in any role. You bring all of your talents to the table, you deliver over your pay grade. That's preparation for the pay grade you think you deserve. You go in there talking about, well, you didn't, that's not in my job description. Me and you, gonna be, we not, that's not my style. That's not my style. Always give more than what they're paying for. Sponsors love that. You always upgrade them from the package that they chose. You upgrade them in the way and say, I'm gonna throw in this, throw in that, throw in the other. Before I go to the next page, go ahead and ask your question, sir. I'm ready.
So let's say you got characteristics when you're looking at your benefits, if you will. You got the platinum status, you got the gold status, bronze, that situations like that, all the way down to you see my point.
Yes, sir.
So let's say they sponsor the bronze status, which let's say that's about 5,000 to 8,000.
Yes,
But
sir.
then your platinum status is you were looking for 10,000, okay, or
Correct.
more in a sense.
Correct.
So now they accepted the bronze status
Right.
with the now this is where my question is coming in with the advertising more events. How does that equate? I don't know. I want to word the question right,
I
but
understand your question. How does it make sense? How does it equate? Let me talk to you about relationship building
okay,
and long-term living. That's the answer to the question. I'm a type of guy, I've been here before when I had nobody. I had no sponsors. I had no nothing. I've been in that position.
right,
Where I am today, I'm looking to create a relationship. If you took the chance in me, it's a calculated chance. It's a calculated decision. But you only give me 5,000. My package and my second package is 8,000. I'm not giving you the full 8,000 package, but I want to build a relationship. Hey, sir, before the event starts next week, I want to thank you for your check. We got it in the mail yesterday. I'm telling you, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Having a relationship with you is a huge impact to our event. I hope that we're also an impact to you. Listen, I decided to throw in about $1,500 worth of more incentives
Okay.
with the hope that over the next 3 to 5 years, I can get you from the 5,000 package to the 8,000 package. How does that sound?
Okay. I get it. I get it.
You got it?
I get it. So
It don't hurt.
so
It don't hurt me that much to add their logo on one more banner, to add 3 more VIP tickets. It don't hurt me that much. But the effort definitely builds a stronger relationship. And I did it prior to the event. I'm not gonna even tell you yet how much work I'm gonna do after the event to nurture the relationship. That person, I'm gonna be straight with y'all. These are such secrets right now, but I'm gonna give it away. Here we go. After the relationship is first established, I set a personal goal, and I'm telling you my truth, to lay the heaviest brick on the shoulders of that corporation as to how important their involvement was at that event. I put everybody on mute. So just somebody tell me you follow me so far. Everybody hear me so far? Please?
I'm with you.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Whatever your cause is, whatever it is in your heart that you do, the passion that you cry about in private, learn to speak about in public. I have learned to master. I have learned to master the not being afraid to release my heart to people who have the potential to help me and my causes. Here's how that sounds. And I'm not doing it as make-believe. I'm doing it to inspire you even in this moment. And if you have the time, I appreciate you listening in. You want me to move on? Say move on. But I want you to hear how it sounds.
Keep going.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
It goes like, and it can be translated to any mission in this room. Anybody here who's doing anything, you got to be able to speak passionately about why you're doing the work that you do. The moment you grab a potential fiscal supporter, I'm saying fiscal because this is about money. You have to say to them in your thank you, whether it's written or in person, you have to grab their hand, pull them a little closer to you. Honestly, I know this is business. I know you're the vice president of this company. I know you're the person responsible for this fund. I know you sponsor other events. But I just want to share with you really quickly. Without me, without that coach, without that teacher, that judge, and you, we can't save this world.
Right.
I wanna thank you in this moment to say to you that with or without you, I would have got this done. Because I'm a get it done person. This is my life's mission. These kids need opportunity. They need motivation. They need to stay off the streets. They need to stay engaged. And I've been doing it for 38 years. Having you makes it a little easier. So I don't care who else you fund. I want you to leave today, please, remembering these faces of these kids and remembering the success that we had together at this event today. Because the reality is that outside of your vice presidency and your role, you have a heart. And outside of that, you have kids. And I would hope that you would want something like this for your own children, to make sure they stay focused, make sure they stay disciplined, make sure they stay interested. So this is not—
How long did it take you to get that together?
That's been in my heart. That's been in my heart forever. It's been in my heart forever.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but now I
your heart
say
like
it.
that.
For the past 4 years, I've been saying it, but here's the next part. I text that person 3 weeks later, not to ask for money. How are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
My wife purposely takes key donors and adds them to her list. We deliberately reach out to our friends. We call them friends. Friends have categories. I have close friends and I have friends that's helping me push my mission forward. You are my friend. You don't have to take my call. You take my call when I'm just checking on you for the holidays. And I purposely have a list of successful communication with people who heard that message and have given me, I'm just checking on y'all. How's everything going? I'm just checking on y'all. Are y'all okay? I saw y'all on the news. Here's what happens to that person when they see my group on the news. And when they're in their office and they see my work on the news, what they say, that's my kids.
Yep, I was a part of that. Yep.
That's my kids. Oh, shoot. Turn the volume up. That's my kids. I have successfully created CEOs of top companies who claim us as theirs. That's my band. Every politician that comes into New York City, into Brooklyn, I give them the emotion that I had that this is Brooklyn's band. I grew my band off of Boys Choir Harlem. I grew up watching them be embraced by the community. That's why I made the name Brooklyn. Because I want people to feel a part of the success. Man, in some ways they don't do nothing, in some ways, but in some ways they're praying for us. They're positive thinking for us. When they meet another person and it's like, oh, your kid is doing bad, I know somebody for you, call Ty. So you want to find a way to create high level friendships, not by only reaching out for the ask, but reaching out for the regular updates. Nurturing relationships is key. That vice president has since, those vice presidents has since moved on to other companies that they work for, higher positions. I still have them as sponsors at their next position. You understand that?
Right, I get it.
If you were the vice president at the Brooklyn Nets and you're now the diversity vice president at Warner Brothers, I now get money from the Nets and Warner Brothers without asking. All right, that was off the focus, but I hope you enjoyed that. I'm moving on. Come on. I got one more coming on. Here we go. Scrolling down.
I did enjoy that.
Good. Moving on.
That was good. We needed that.
Next picture, more kids, black males on purpose, talent, scroll down. Now I'm giving them what? Demographics. They want to know the numbers. They want to know who these people. Do these people fit my target market? It's always my hope that I sent this package to them the day after a board meeting where they said, listen, we're failing in the 20, 25-year-old market. We're failing in that area. We need more people. I'm hoping to always meet my opportunity with their goal. So demographics, age group, colorful, nice and clear. Scroll down, please. I don't want to take up too much time. Let's go. Scroll down. Nobody ever wants to sponsor you alone. Nobody wants to be the first. Trust me. So I'm not telling you to fake it till you make it. I'm telling you make it till you make it. That means make it up. You have to do anybody you ever worked with. You have to say former sponsorship / partners. Whatever you got to do. You got to get some logos on that page. You got to get something in that thing to say, I previously worked for or worked with. You have to use your past experiences to really nurture and bring them in. They don't want to be the first. Just trust me on that one. Next page.
Yeah.
All right. On this page, more pictures, more amazing. You see how I do pictures in between each thing because they get bored reading. Next thing, presenting sponsor, $25,000. Have you ever heard of McDonald's Gospel Fest?
Yep.
Nope.
McDonald's Gospel Fest. Who is the planner? Is McDonald's the planner of that event?
No.
No, McDonald's does not plan that event. Which market is McDonald's hoping to capture through that event? The Black church, right?
Yeah.
They're looking to capture the Black church. That event is planned by Irving Street Rep, an event planning company out of Newark, New Jersey. All right. So I always sell the event. It used to be called the Hot 97 Battle on the Apple. I sell the front title. Scroll down. 4 spots for segments. This segment is produced by. This segment is sponsored by. 4 spots. Scroll down. Community sponsor. So you always give your levels. Scroll down. Small business sponsors. And then your exhibition tables. Then we got trophies, more amazing pictures, and kind of now nobody wants to be the only vendor there. So I show pictures of all the amazing vendors that we always have at these events. Keep going. And then we have the sign up page. Got him. Everybody say got him.
Got him.
I want to know how to say got him from Iceland, but she had to leave.
Mr. Brown, can I ask a question real fast?
Yes, please.
With your vendors, what incentives are you giving to the vendors?
Good question.
To get a high number of, outside of them being able to market and, advertise, sell their product.
Yeah.
What incentives are you as an organization offering to say, hey, come on?
Yep. Okay. Here's the rule. For vendors that are not like professional companies, under promise, over deliver. I'll say it again. Under promise, over deliver. You know our people. Oh my gosh. They want a refund if they didn't make a sale. So So you under promise and over deliver. And again, I'm really clear. I'm only giving you space and opportunity.
Right. Okay.
I can show you previous years, pre-COVID, but I can't make promises with COVID. I can tell you I've purchased a table at an event. It took an absolute loss, but it's about what you want to get out of it. I'll give you an opportunity to give away a raffle. I'll give you an opportunity to have your name mentioned on the mic, and I'll keep you in a space where everybody's at. But I won't put you in the hallway, in the lobby. I'll give you a premier space where everybody is at. You can walk around, you can give out gift bags, you can do whatever you need to do with that audience available to you, but it's a controlled audience that's there to watch an event, not buy from you. So that's up to you to figure how that goes. So I under promise and I actually make it sound like you might not want this event.
Right. Okay.
I purposely make it sound like it might not benefit you because once you're asking me those type of questions, I already know where you're going. And I don't want no problems at the end of the event talking about what you didn't do when you literally sat there the whole time.
Right.
It works for those who work it. If that's not you, we might not be good. So I always get $300. I always get 20 vendors. 300 times 20 is $6,000 before the event even started. That's good money. But
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna overpromise to get you. I already did the work. I got the people there for you. You have to do the work now.
Okay.
All right, next slide, please. All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you. So why am I here? What do I do? So after having the experiences that I've had, I put together a grant writing team. I put together a development team. And instead of us working for one company, how do we grow and not just do BU? Not just do ties companies. Are we ready to take on other clients and how can that look? That's what we decided to do. We have an amazing team of grant writers and fundraising specialists who are ready to help you. And watch what we did. Earlier, I asked you how much might it cost to have a grant writer, right, for development. 5,000, 10,000, all these big numbers, which is true. We decided to go subscription based. So here's what we do. Next slide. Number one, we help you get your 501c3 if you don't have it already. We help you get your EIE and your charity bureaus, all that stuff. Option two, please. If your branding is weak, we're gonna recommend you take a branding package. We wanna strengthen up your branding, make it consistent, and make sure you're out there looking good, okay? Option number three. Option number three, $300 a month for your first month with us. That's gonna allow us to do the framework for your grant proposal. Y'all have to understand something. I'm a very truthful guy. You should be able to learn this and fire me after 6 months.
Yep.
Because I'm not, after I write the grant, I'm not submitting it and not giving you a copy. You're gonna have a copy of it. After you learn the framework and the systems, you're like, if your work, Todd, I'm good. I got this. Or you might say, thanks for your work. I don't want to do it alone. Can we keep going? This is work. There's a ROI. What I'm investing into your company is worth keeping you on our team because I'm bringing back so much more. So I'm being honest. Either way, I'm okay. I have an end goal. My end goal is you winning. The beauty of my life right now is none of these businesses are my primary businesses. After you've had success in more than one business, 2, 3, 4 business, you're now doing kingdom work. And with kingdom work, I'm looking for big money off of volume, not off of one customer. If I can get 10, 20, 30 clients at these rates, I'm still gonna win both ways, kingdom work and regular world work. I'm gonna win anyway. So I'd rather bring the number down, I want the success story. I'm building legacy now. I've done so much. I love it. I'm building legacy. I need to add to my legacy. He helped contribute $20 to $50 million to 30 organizations through his grant writing company. Heard? I'll repeat it. You know why I can repeat it I can repeat it so easily because it's in my heart. It's my mission now. My mission for this company is to add to his legacy. In addition to running what he ran, he helped get $50 million for 30 to 50 organizations from Iceland to Missouri, to this, to that. That's my new end goal. So I'd rather keep the numbers low, knowing that the team is not rewriting for each of you guys. You understand that the wording for one is similar to the wording for the other?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you it's complicated. It's not that complicated. That's why I don't cost 5,000. It's a focused, templated, work it the right way, edit the right way, know who you're talking to, switch the language around, send it out on time, and keep doing it over and over again. That's what the game is. That's when you see cheap, it don't always mean bad work. It means I figured out a system to make it work.
Yep.
So $300 in the first month, I'm gonna build your framework. Don't expect me to do any submissions in the first month. I'm collecting information from you, collecting data from you, getting you agree on the content, getting you agree, yes, that's what I do. Yes, that's my mission statement. After that month, I'm submitting each proposal to you for $100 per proposal.
How much per proposal?
100 per proposal.
Wow.
My recommendation is you choose up to 3 per month, because I'm telling you now, 10 proposals will only get us 3 yeses. So 1 per month, you'll be frustrated, ready to fire me after 3 months. You didn't get no yeses yet. So you can do it that way, but keep in mind that even from today, I'm recording this. I told you it's a system. It's a long-term investment. We have to keep working them. A no is not really a no. A no is a not right now.
And that just finna say that, or even you ask at the wrong time.
Right. That same person that told us no now knows who we are. We have to strategically thank them for that no, and strategically ask, what do we need to do to improve our operations and our programming to be a yes in the future years? Fundraising is a long-term project, not an emergency project, just like savings accounts, just like, y'all know how bad we do at that, and credit and everything else. So it's a long-term planning conversation. I told you that my motivation came from me being told yes, and I didn't have the right paperwork. That hurt my heart enough to say, never again, Ty. You love your kids, do better. So this opportunity is where you click yes to $300 and then click yes to $300 a month after that. And you invest in this project. It's no obligations. I'm not doing my job, you fire me. I'm not doing my job, you ask for a refund. But we're not in the business not to do our job. We're in business to make sure that our clients feel properly supported, proper communication, and that there's growth week to week to week. This package won't last long. My real price I want is $500. I want to go up to $250 per submission. But guess what? I got to start somewhere.
Right.
This is only the 3rd webinar. I'm hoping to get 10 underneath my belt. Stop taking new sales. Listen to that, guys. If those of you that are in business strategies, I want to get 10 clients and then stop. I don't want 20, 30, 40 clients. I need 10 clients and stop. We already have 4. Why do I want 10 clients and stop? Anybody want to think about that one? Why do I only want 10 and stop? I need success stories. I don't want to raise the price or ask for more people if I can't properly deliver. That's good.
You gotta have that value.
That's longevity planning. Get the 10, kill the 10. Get the team tight, retrain the team, get the team on point, make sure we got it right, make sure every client has good testimonies. And then now that we've had success, we had success, somebody got a yes, a few yeses under our belt. Those of you who don't choose to go with me, watch me 6 months from now. I'm telling you, like, this is what God does. Watch me 6 months from now when I'm bragging on the 10, thanking God for the opportunity to provide over $250,000 in grants to the following organizations. Congratulations, go spend it well. Am I gonna have to worry about doing webinars at that point?
Not at all.
I'm not gonna have to do webinars at that point. And that's the same thing it's the same lesson to you. After you continue to do the work that you do, no matter what industry it's in, and you have success, you won't have to worry about recruitment. You don't worry about grants. All that stuff's gonna start coming to you anyway. We just have to do it properly. You gotta brand it properly, you gotta manage it properly, get the word out properly. But once you do it properly, people are gonna come to you. Next slide, please. All right, this is not the right deadline. This is wrong, we have to edit the deadline. All right, we will give you a deadline on when you need to pull the trigger. Why? Y'all know how it goes. Call to action. You can't let something linger around too long. We need people to understand that this is a decision. You need to do your research. Go find 2 more people that offer the same service. Go look at my background. If you don't already know me, see my success rate, see how I do. Ask for client testimonies for clients we have right now. Ask me for a sample list of what I know about your city. I'll tell you who I'm going after for your city because I have a research team. Why do I ask you for your name and what city you're from? Because regardless whether you go on or not, I'm adding your city to my list of research. So I want now my research person has to go do a Detroit thing, because if you don't pull a trigger, I want to see you one day. I'm gonna see you and say, hey, you have a deadline coming up June 5th, June 20th for this grant.
Right.
Like, oh, I didn't know that, Ty. Guess what? I just brought you right back into my conversation. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say, hey, New York, did you apply for city council funding? The application is due next week. You didn't? You should have called Ty. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm sharing with you guys. All right, I have to wrap up. I have another one right after this. Next slide, please. I have 6 more minutes. Anybody have any general questions? Even if it's not a question, if you have one thing you heard today that stuck out to you, I appreciate it as payment almost. I don't want Cash App. As payment, I appreciate hearing what was important to you about this session. Please and thank you.
I just want to give a shout out to your heart story, because we do something called Story of Self, and it's the same idea. You got to get to an emotion center to get anybody to move, and I just love what you said.
Thank you, man, and I hope you and I stay connected. I don't know a lot about Ohio, but I want to learn. I want to hear more. So after this, my team's going to send you information. Even if you don't go with it right now, I appreciate you jumping on just for yourself. But I want to hear more about
drop
what
me an email anytime, man.
You got it. Looking forward to it. Anybody else, please?
Hi, this is Patrice. Honestly, the entire presentation from start to finish was absolutely insightful, and definitely it just sparked a bunch of different things in my head. And I would love to continue a conversation with you one-on-one, and I look forward to it.
Thank you so much. I have a step show April 3rd, by the way. We need to talk. All right. Go ahead. Anybody else?
I'm tired. I'm sorry, bro. I've got a lot going on. Could you please repeat the question?
I'm just asking, is there anything in this session that stood out to you so I can just get some feedback, please?
Again, I did join late, but definitely the sincereness of how to maintain or even build or strengthen the relationship with your donors, your sponsors. I like that aspect for sure. Because again, you got to make it more personal than just the event or about money, if you will. I like the aspect about the vendors. Just even, bro, I love this whole thing, man. I'm mad I'm late.
Don't worry. I'll send you the recording for the things that you missed in the beginning, okay?
Okay, please. Thank you.
All right. Can I get one more person before we go, please?
Hi, Ty. This is LaShonda. This was excellent. This really helped me out. Like I said, I've watched you grow from when you started until now. So I was really interested in taking this workshop tonight. And I'm really happy I did. And I look forward to connecting with you.
Thank you, guys. So I'm going to give you my closing statement, and I'm going to go to my next one. I honestly believe the things that I say. You know how people just you convince yourself? I'm convinced. I'm convinced that this is not just me to you. This is not just me to you. Your final words are like payment to me. My team has just discussed, should we charge for the webinar? Should we this? Should we that? No. I am encouraged. I feel like whatever he put in me, I just poured out to you. I feel purposeful right now. So even without us doing anything else, if we could just connect and stay thing, I appreciate the positive energy, and I appreciate that both of us just won just now. So even though I had to cut it short, thank you again for joining. My team will be on the follow-up right away. Let me know. Let's connect some one-on-ones. Let's keep conversation going. And I'm looking to really, really help support your mission and your goals. Everybody have a great night. Thank you.
I got you. Thank you. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.